acceptance. I promised to be perfect, but I failed. I didn't understand the problem. Well, I thought that I could change it by myself, but it took mercy, full of grace and love, mercy from the throne above, mercy. You took away my sins, mercy, gave me peace within, mercy. Open up my eyes, mercy, made me realize, mercy. Found me lost in sin, but mercy gave me life again. Well, don't you see it took mercy, full of grace and love, mercy from the throne above, mercy. You took away my sins, mercy, gave me peace within, mercy. Open up my eyes, mercy, made me realize, mercy. Found me lost in sin, but mercy gave me life again. Mercy took away my sins. Mercy gave me peace within. Mercy gave me life again. Yeah. Mercy, mercy, mercy.
Mercy gave me peace within. If you can sing that this morning on this June 12th, then indeed it is a wonderful morning. I don't know if you are ever tired of having a wonderful day. Are you ever tired of having a wonderful day? Well, 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 it is another beautiful, awesome day, and it's the same reason. I know, the same reason. You know why? I'm alive, and you're alive. You're able to pinch yourself. Just try it. Just try it. Pinch yourself. You feel that? It means that you are alive this morning. God has blessed you with one more day on redemption ground, as we normally say it. One more day to be alive. Welcome to the breakfast hour. It's time to get yourself ready for an awesome, spectacular, beautiful day. Today we are going to be having our devotional, our news. Dr. K comes on about 7:30, and we're going to be talking about some health issues. So you got to stick and stay, and you also need to share the link so that someone will have this great opportunity to get some positive vibes to start their day. Let's hear from the man, K. Anthony. I'm alive.
First thing in the morning, I give thanks for another day. I smile, though I don't have no money. I won't let that faze me, 'cause I'm so grateful for life and another chance. I'm gonna go through my day with a beautiful smile, even when things ain't going my way. I'm thankful for the gift of life, gonna share that smile, it will never ever fade away. I'm alive, in spite of all my struggles. I'm alive, won't be drowned by my sorrows. I'm alive, yeah, gonna live like there's no tomorrow. Hey, 'cause today is all I have. Work hard every day for me and my family. It's rough, but I gotta make it. Right now, can't hesitate. My time will come, and I'll be a better man. I'm gonna go through my day with a beautiful smile, even when things ain't going my way. I'm thankful for the gift of life. Gonna share that smile, it will never ever fade away. I'm alive, in spite of all my struggles. I'm alive, won't be drowned by my sorrows. I'm alive, yeah. Gonna live like there's no tomorrow. I'm gonna live, woo. 'Cause today is all I have. I'm gonna live today. Come on. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna go through my day with a beautiful smile, even when things ain't going my way. I'm thankful for the gift of life. Gonna share that smile, it will never ever fade away. I'm alive, in spite of all my struggles. I'm alive, won't be drowned by my sorrows. I'm alive, yeah. Gonna live like there's no tomorrow. I'm gonna live today. 'Cause today is all I have.
Today is all I have. Yesterday is just like a canceled check. Do you know that? Today is what you have. If you have lime, make some limeade or some beverage water. If you have some, say you don't have oatmeal, maybe you could make cornmeal porridge. Oh, wow. If you don't have yam, you could make some dumpling. If you don't have, there are so many things that you can turn your hand and make fashion. You can do this, you can do that. So you have life. I suggest to us all that we handle it very well with care. Just a reminder that self-talk comes on this evening. Do you want the power to transform your life? Do you want to change the outcome in a positive way? Well, a good place to start is by giving yourself some positive self-talk. Dr. Levine will be joining us this evening at 7 p.m. So you got to set your alarm clocks and check out. If you have not subscribed, this is the time to subscribe so that you'll be notified when we are live. So you can't afford to miss that program. This evening is the debut of the self-talk program right here on Flashpoint, and you'll be able to be a part of the program. Yeah, you can call in the number 345-321-6969. Save that one on your speed dial. It's time for us to hear from our sponsor, who keeps the breakfast hour going stronger and stronger from day to day. Say thank you to our sponsors. Yes.
Take it from me, Laska food drink is the best nutrition for the whole family. It provides protein, which keeps us healthy, and calcium, great for building strong bones and teeth. Laska food drink has vitamins A and C, which helps to prevent illnesses. I think that's what they call protecting the immune system. I'm never short on energy since it's fortified with iron. Nutrition never tasted so good.
Lasco food drink. Good, healthy, fun!
Let's go food drink.
Alaska food, drink, good, healthy, fun. You know, we always want to tell you what's happening, not just right here, but everything that's happening the world over. Yeah? And so today is, yes, National Peanut Butter Cookie Day. Yes. National Jerky Day. National Loving Day, National Red Rose Day. I need me some red roses. I think I deserve roses. Have you ever heard the song, Don't Scatter Roses While I Am Gone? Give them to me while I carry on. Give them to me when I can smell them. I can enjoy the beauty of them, because life is sometimes just a fleeting memory. Today is also Russia Day, and so let's and it's also Raggedy Ann and Andy Day. Okay, let's find out why today is National Loving Day. It's not Valentine's Day. I thought Valentine's was a day for the love. Well, June 12th. Let's hear some more about why this is so lovely and spectacular and interesting. You want to hear? I want to hear. National Loving Day. Laws against interracial marriages weren't fully eradicated until 1967. Did you even know that there was a law against interracial marriages? Well, celebrate love in all forms by gathering with your friends, family, and loved ones. National Loving Day commemorates a date in history when the Supreme Court of America ruled to disband all anti-miscegenation laws in 1967 that are laws that made mixed race marriages illegal. You know what I'm talking about, mixed race? What are the races in the human race? I think we need to follow up with this conversation after the devotional.
Morning. This is day 12. Imitate me just as I also imitate Christ. 1 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 1. Imitate Me, written by Anne Satus. Andrew Martin recalls the first time he met his future brother-in-law, Peter Jennings, who was a top foreign news correspondent in 1977. He said he was so nervous that he acted like a jittery fan in the presence of a journalistic hero whose personal wattage could light up Manhattan. Andrew looked up to Peter and tried to emulate him. He became a journalist too and approached his assignments the way Peter did. He dove in and worked harder than everybody else. Andrew tried to walk like Peter, to dress like him, and to have the same aura. We all tend to follow the patterns of others. The Corinthians did too, but they shifted their focus away from Christ and onto individual leaders. Rather than emulating the Christ-like qualities of these leaders, they let their allegiances lead to various divisions and contentions in the church. The Apostle Paul recognized their error, so he sent Timothy to remind them of his teachings and the importance of walking in obedience to the Lord. We are to imitate Christ. It can also be helpful to have mentors who imitate him, those who walk in step with Christ provide a model for us to emulate, but our ultimate example is Jesus himself. To follow in the steps of those whose eyes are on the Lord will help us to keep us strong and true and faithful to his word. Our quote this morning reads, "Imitate those who imitate Christ." End quote.
Imitate those who imitate Christ. That is such an important quote, and if we do that, we can certainly not go wrong. Now, I find this story very interesting and intriguing, so I must read the rest of this story from a historical perspective for you. So today, June 12th, if you did not know, if you're hearing it for the first time right here on a Flashpoint, I will enlighten you, and I am enlightening myself, that today is National Loving Day. The history is very interesting and it is very intriguing. So listen up, listen to this love story. Now, Loving versus Virginia was a critical Supreme Court case, but it was only the story of a real couple's love. Now, Mildred Jeter and Richard Loving grew up in Virginia, USA. They fell in love and decided to get married. It sounds like a fairy tale so far, doesn't it? Well, regrettably, getting married was not that simple in 1958. Mildred was a young black woman and Richard a respectable white male. The law forbade people of different races to marry each other, and this was true in many states, including Virginia. However, interracial marriages were legal in Washington, D.C. at that time. Therefore, they decided to go to D.C., get married, and return to Virginia to begin their life together. Yes. This, however, was only a short-term solution. The law in Virginia not only forbade interracial marriage ceremonies, but it also prohibited interracial couples from getting married elsewhere and then returning to their home state. Okay. Not long after their return to Virginia, the newly married Loving couple was awakened by the police and taken to jail for the crime of having an interracial marriage. So they were arrested. Yes. Now, Richard and Mildred went to trial, and the judge found them guilty and sentenced them to jail term 3 years. However, the judge said that he would suspend the sentence if they agreed to leave Virginia for 25 years. Wow. Given the choice between imprisonment and banishment, they chose banishment. And the Lovings moved to Washington, D.C. to live out their married life. Though the Lovings were able to live together legally in Washington, they did not have an easy time. They faced discrimination everywhere. They were facing emotional hardship with the separation of their families. Life was both difficult and horrible for the Lovings. In extreme anxiety, Mildred sent a letter to Robert F. Kennedy, Attorney General of the United States, explaining their life and difficulties that they were facing as an interracial couple in Washington. So there you have it. You got more than just a gist. You got a story this morning. There is a day that's celebrated, not Valentine's with the Cupid and the heart and whatever, but this is National Loving Day, and it is marking the day that the Supreme Court stopped that law that prevented interracial couples from getting married in the U.S. The National Loving Day was launched in 2004 in honor of Richard and Mildred Loving, who first brought the court case. Since then, it has grown enormously in popularity, and now people all over the world, except right here that I didn't even know about this day. Yes, they celebrate National Loving Day. Do you know interracial couple? Is it even a thing in the Caribbean? Yes, you can marry to a browning or a blacking or I don't know. Give me some ideas. I don't know. It's National Loving Day. And I think I would love to hear Mikey G's, input on this matter. So we got to hear, what does Mikey G think about this? It would be interesting to get another perspective. Wouldn't you agree? All right. Let's see if we can get a word in from him. Yeah. One love.
Let's get together and feel alright. Hear the children crying. One love. Hear the children crying. One heart. Saying, give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Saying, let's get together and feel alright.
Good morning, Lady Elise.
Good morning, Sir Mikey G. How are you? Welcome to Breakfast Hour.
Oh boy, I tell you, I have been missing for a moment, and I'm telling you, I feel, that so much has been going on and so much is happening. But this morning, I'm listening to the conversation, and I'm telling you, it sounds really, for me, conversations and concepts are not just as what you face value.
Yes.
When we have things on face value, people tend to make the idea that the face value stuff sounds good. When you started out with the interracial marriage thing, my mind really got it correct. I am thinking about it, and I'm saying to myself, that is really a sad story. It's a very sad story to hear.
Love is a happy story, Mikey.
Love is always a happy story.
Love is a good thing.
And it is a good thing. But when you're listening to love in any form, you read that part in there as well.
I don't know. I think you're hearing. What are you hearing? Tell me, what are you hearing?
You said love in any form. Yeah, did you read that line?
I have to go find that line.
Please, look and see.
I read so much.
Yeah, there was a part that just said, love in any form must be celebrated. My brain, I don't have photographic memory. In fact, I don't remember a lot of things. That's why I write things down. But when you said love in any form, in every form,
yes,
that sentence catches me immediately, because what you have just said is anything can go. It embodies itself using this narrative to attach itself to every single unconceivable concept of what anyone could come up with to say it is love. And we are in a space right now where we have so many different concepts of what love looks like and what it is.
Yes.
And so we have to be careful when we actually look at it.
Yes.
Now, we can't stop people from doing the things that they do.
Right.
And this is one of the things that you must see. The interracial people, nobody could stop them from doing what they did. Right? At the time, somebody criminalized it. Just like how there are some things right now that are criminalized by just the fact that this society thinks it's wrong. But then, here is the interracial couples that is now not wrong anymore.
Yeah.
And I never said it was wrong in the first place. It was never supposed to be a law against that. But then when we come up to being who we are, we tend to find reasons to do things that are not a prerogative of anyone in this sense, right? But if I make the point, you're saying something.
I have several points to make. I'm enjoying the conversation because, but I want you to finish your point before I.
Yeah. So I'm looking at it while it's nobody's prerogative.
Yes.
The concept, the argument that I'm presenting can be used in the same way for every single situation. It's nobody's prerogative for persons to choose what relationships that they can be in, who they can be with, and how it should work. And that is where the conversation is today.
Yes.
On many different forms of marriages and how people love each other, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But then I would ask, is there a place then for anyone to have any concern if on how it works? Because based on this argument, anything can go.
Well, I like the fact, I will read exactly how it is stated here, that ultimately after 9 years of struggle, the Lovings won the right to live together as husband and wife in their home state of Virginia. In the words of Chief Justice Earl Warren, he said, and I quote, "Under our Constitution, the freedom to marry or not marry a person of another race resides within the individual and cannot be infringed on by the state." So I like the fact that they kept it not just a broad brush about marrying anybody, but they were specific in saying this is a racial matter.
All right, but then here's a section that says, all right,
yes,
we have seen cases that have been fought now in terms of same-sex relationships.
Yes.
And here is there are places that 2 men can get married, 2 women can be married.
Yes.
All right, and that is somewhat legal some places, and it's not legal some places.
Right.
And if they get married and go to another country where it's not legal, how is it treated there?
I see your I see your correlation.
I'm bringing it because it is very active, and you have to. We can't dismiss these thoughts. You can't see it anywhere different. You know.
Yes.
But then, would you think that it would put them in prison and lock them up and stuff like that?
Well, no. Well,
I don't think at this point. At this point, this is where I'd leave the conversation in that regard.
Yes.
How it is treated wherever. I guess as the 19, when was that? Whenever that case was presented, this is now what.
This is 1967, and to me that is fairly recent. I never even knew that laws existed. Yes, I know of human rights challenges and so forth, but I didn't know that there were actually laws that prohibited in some states a law that could be punishable. These persons were sentenced to 3 years, in prison or banishment, or leave the state. Leave the state. Yeah.
Well, here is so here's another scenario that is coming again.
Yes.
Love is love, and so you cannot. In fact, you know that at this point, not even the power of the church stands in the way of saying they cannot be exempted from this at all. The church itself is also being dragged into the idea that this is the normal way to go. All right, here's a proposal. And here's another piece. There are persons who believe in marrying more than one persons. The polygamy idea.
Polygamy.
Right.
Yes.
And there are persons who would marry and come, say, to live in Cayman or to live in Jamaica or one of those countries that don't promote that kind of lifestyle. Do you think they should, or should they be treated? You know? And so everything you see there is mixed together in the same bowl.
Yes.
The lovings, same-sex marriage, polygamy is mixed together in the same bowl. But could it be that it's not the same bowl that it should be mixed in?
No, we can't just put everything on, because what happened now, I find I'm quite fascinated by the loving story, actually.
Right.
And I bring it to the Caribbean. I know, and in the racial conversation, we find that there are many, we say out of many one people in Jamaica, and here in the Cayman, it's a very diverse population as well. And I had a friend years ago. I know I'm going back to another spectrum, Mikey G. But I had a friend years ago, a colleague of mine, and she would have been a Negro, and she is married to an Indian, and they have a child, and she goes to the supermarket, and she's assumed that she's the nanny and not the mother of the child, you know. And this is maybe about 15 years ago. So the racial differences still exist even in the Caribbean, where we were talking about the US just now, but we recognize that it exists. We want to keep the blood pure.
Yeah, but yeah, I want to say this to you too.
Pure, purely. Yes.
Racial purity is not a bad thing.
I'm not saying anything. I'm listening.
All right. Let's go with it then.
Let's go.
And so when we look at racial purity, let's look at the population of black people versus white people.
Right.
Just imagine if all right, let's look at the concept of whiteism.
Whiteism.
Yeah, it's a new word added to the dictionary of Mikey G. Mikey G's dictionary just got broader, and so it's whiteism.
Yes.
And so look at the concept of whiteism. Whiteism suggests that if you have a speck of dark in it, anywhere grandmother, great-great-grandmother, you are not white, even if your eyes are blue.
Right.
That's what whiteism stipulates. You might see the person that says a white person talking to you, but they are what you call a mongrel.
What?
Oh.
What are you talking about? You're speaking about a human being?
No. All right. Let's look up the word. Look at Google and find the word mongrel for me, please.
Okay. If you're just joining us for the breakfast hour, we are unraveling. We are talking about National Loving Day. It is a day you can search and find that this day is actually a day celebrated every year, the 12th of June. And the history behind it we found very fascinating. And we are just having a discussion. A mongrel came out of the discussion. Somehow we are at this place, at this space, and you are free to join on and hop on the conversation. You can send us a WhatsApp message on 345-321-6969, or just drop us a message in the chat. What do you think about this National Loving Day? Interracial marriages were illegal in Virginia until 1967, and that's the history behind celebrating today as a National Loving Day. Now, based on the conversation we're having, a mongrel, by definition, is a dog of no definable type or breed. Oh. She's particularly intelligent mongrel with a lot of collie in her. That's just an example of a sentence. And any animal resulting from the crossing of different breeds or types. That's a mongrel. Mikey G, why you're laughing?
Yeah, I don't want anybody to think I am calling anyone in derogatory names. What you're looking
I
at.
had a nice mongrel. Yeah. I had a pet, a mongrel, and it was a very nice dog. A very good dog, yes.
A very good mongrel.
It wasn't a German Shepherd or a Shih Tzu or a pedigree. What kind of pedigree dog you call it? But yes. So tell us what the conversation.
So
yes.
you mentioned the word the Shih Tzu.
Yes.
There's a question. There's a question.
Yes. What's the question?
I don't want to say that one. There's a cross between, and probably this should be the riddle for this morning.
Yes.
I should probably put this as a riddle. What's the cross between a bulldog and a Shih Tzu?
We'll find
out later on. let's leave that. Let's get some people coming back with the statements. If they can tell us the cross between a bulldog and a Shih Tzu.
Yes.
That's it. That's so you brought it up.
Yes.
All right. So let's have the conversation along the line of what you just read of what crossing breeds mean.
Yes.
It appears in the animal kingdom in the sense of a dog, because for some reasons we have encroached upon making pets out of animals.
Yes.
And so dogs are the popular petted animal. And so we have been doing that, and so they are called various different names.
Mm-hmm.
So once you cross the breed, is it any breed that is crossed that makes it a mongrel?
It didn't specify. It just says when you mix the breed, then it's called a mongrel.
So if you cross a bulldog and a Shih Tzu, it will become a mongrel dog. The one that is born.
Yeah, based on the definition here, yes.
And these are two hybrid dogs.
Right. But once they mix.
Right? I want to bring it. I want to just bring. I'm not.
Listen, have you ever? Did you ever have a mountain sop? There's a mix between a sour sop and a sweet sop. And I want to say good morning to my mother, who has a beautiful mountain sop plant. And I do not like the juice when she makes it, because it's extremely, slimy. The mixture of the sour sop and the sweet sop, but it is a healthy, and if you have never heard of it, there's something called mountain sop. And if you what's the word? You engraft, you put one and another, you mix them. Sometimes you get some different flavors. There's a melon that is yellow. I think they call it pineapple melon, or you can mix things and it turns out nice. Yes.
All right, so we're going.
Don't get distracted. No,
it has been tested and proven to be true.
Yes.
that the things that you mixed are always nice. And so looking at it on the context,
Yes.
and we talked about the purity, racial purity, right?
Yes.
Racial purity exists because it's an important factor as well. Very important. You know, we might see it as not really true in its sense, but it shouldn't be criminalized if somebody wish to embark in the direction.
But it should be encouraged that you state.
But it is a very important thing to be encouraged. Hold on, listen what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong.
I am just laughing
Don't
at the
get me
idea.
wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me
No,
wrong.
you're saying you're now bringing it over to unequally yoked. Be equally yoked.
Well, I'm not going to
Yes.
go. Well, I'm going. Well, look at what.
Yoked.
Look at what disparity between race can be. The kind of foods are in cultures, different cultures,
Right.
different foods, different mix.
Yes.
It's a different thing, you
Yes.
know. And so you have to be totally adaptable to that kind
Yes.
of mindset to be really comfortable in it and deal with it, because it's not going to be something that you're going to be able to ignore. You
Yes,
know,
yes.
but then here is where it comes important. So let's look at the whiteism and racial purity. I'm saying it as it is, right? I want to share it with you in this way because it's a very, very interesting place to be. It is now estimated that the white population is being basically reduced significantly by the mix of interracial marriages and relationships.
Yes.
All right, offspring that are coming from it, and I just made the connection between the speck of even a great grandmother had a black. They had some history of one of them being a great grandmother had a child or had a great grandmother who was black, or had any speck of black in them. Then even if your eyes are blue, you're not a white person if it's found out. Because you can't just see it, but then if you know, you're automatically not white anymore, right? And so it threatens that kind of utopia of a race of persons who would live that way.
Yes.
And these are and this is not a race of persons, you know.
Uh-huh.
This is what the whiteism is not a race of persons. It is a group of persons who claim this concept of being.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's look at a race of persons who are Indians.
Yes.
Let's look at a race of persons who are Jews. Let's look at a race. You see where I'm going,
Yes. Yes.
right? And so there are cultures that are preserved only under benefiting from marrying within itself. So if the projection of black marriages in terms of black and white marriages, in terms of the interracial marriages, let's use it that way, continues in this atmosphere, what will happen is, in a little while from now, there won't be whiteness will be extinct.
Yes.
You just need time. The concept
Yeah.
of whiteness is will be extinct in no time. All right. Here is the same principle of same-sex marriages. Same principle of same-sex marriages exists in the same way.
Yes.
What the projection of it is that in a few years from now, you will not have straight marriages
Wow.
over time, right? And I'm not saying it's good or it's bad. I'm gonna say this is where we are going,
Yes.
and I'm gonna put that right there for everyone to just listen to that conversation. We are going that direction. Now, who chooses what they choose is what they choose.
Right.
But then it must be allowed that if you choose not to choose that, you shouldn't be feeling that you are in a bad place.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
And this is how we must have that conversation. Seeing love as love, and it is now projected in this way. Where do you draw the line then on how it works? You know?
Yes,
And
yes.
then this is not something that you need to answer or when you are asked to answer.
Yes.
Where do you draw the line on what is really how the concept of love operates?
Yes.
And if I wouldn't just leave this hanging because people would say, boy, whatever. There must be a reference point from which you would get the concept of how relationships and love must work. And wherever we find ourselves using our own personal views, go and stop making a fool out of yourself and go find it from a source of seeing how it should work, and then see if this is a foolish argument being presented to you versus what it is supposed to be.
Yes.
You know, and this is how I would tell someone to operate in the space of hearing these conversations being had, and having this very important day, which is a loving day, beautiful couples.
Yeah.
My mother is a black woman. Here's where I'm going. And my father is a full Indian. So how, where is the word for me? You see? All right. So I would have to tell you that I cannot be someone who would say interracial marriages is unacceptable, right? Because I am a product of interracial marriage. And they may not see an Indian and a Negro being married as interracial, but the Indians see it as interracial, while the black people don't notice.
Yes.
You see?
And that's another part of the conversation to have, actually, the impact on the children.
There you go.
That come from this union. Yes, you are tuned in live to the Breakfast Hour, and you're wondering why we're having this conversation. Yes, it's actually National Loving Day, and we are just putting our own spin on it. Dr. K comes up in another few minutes, but it's time to hear again from our sponsor, our Breakfast Hour sponsor.
Together and feel alright. Hear the children crying. One love. Hear the children crying. One heart. Saying, give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Saying, let's get together and feel alright.
Take it from me, Laska food drink is the best nutrition for the whole family. It provides protein, which keeps us healthy, and calcium, great for building strong bones and teeth. Laska food drink has vitamins A and C, which helps to prevent illnesses. I think that's what they call protecting the immune system. I'm never short on energy since it's fortified with iron. Nutrition never tasted so good.
Lasco food drink. Good, healthy, fun. Lasco food drink.
Yes, it is. I think we need to know what else is being celebrated today. Actually, there was a movie based on this story, actual true movie called Loving. Now, today is actually also Russia Day. I need to find out why it's Russia Day. World Day Against Child Labor. Yes, children who have to work. It's hard to imagine in the modern world that instead of going to school or being cared for by their families, children are sent to work every day in factories, mines, or other harsh environments. Many more children are recruited into armed conflict, forced into drug trafficking, prostitution, or other illicit activities. Now, today, addressing the impact of underage employment on youth, fostering awareness for a brighter future without exploitation. It's a sad reality when children are forced, to work. And so today is celebrated as World Day Against Child Labor. And, there are many ways we can help. We can, sometimes when a neighbor is going through a difficult time, they have children and, funds resources are low, we can perhaps help in training the parents, helping giving an encouraging word to the parents themselves as well, and to the children, so that they're not forced to send their child out to labor. Sometimes education is the key. Somehow in the community can get involved, one person at a time. So this will never get stale. We're going to share with you your hurricane preparedness tips. Stick and stay.
Hi friends, did you know that June 1 is the beginning of hurricane season? Well, it is important that you make the necessary preparations. As a result, you need to put the plans in place that are essential to make sure that if anything were to happen, that you will recover quickly. June 1 to November 30 is hurricane season. Be vigilant, be on guard, be here. We're going to share with you some tips that you can employ during this season. Come with us.
First things first, let's talk about creating an emergency plan. Create an emergency plan. Discuss this emergency plan with your household or family members. Know your evacuation routes and choose a safe meeting place if you get separated. Please don't forget to include your pets in your plan.
Assemble an emergency kit. Your kit should include non-perishable food, water, medication, your important documents, batteries, a flashlight, first aid kit, and your hygiene products. Remember, pack enough supplies to last at least 3 days. It's the hurricane season.
Prepare your homes. Secure loose items outside. Board up windows. Trim trees and bushes to reduce risk of damages. Consider installing storm shutters and check the condition of your roof.
Stay informed. Keep an eye on local weather updates and alerts. Sign up for emergency notifications from your local government. A battery-powered or handheld radio can be a lifesaver if you lose power. Remember, be prepared.
Evacuation plans. Know where your evacuation zones and your hurricane shelters are. Have a plan when you're going to get to the shelter and how you're going to get to the shelter. Fill up your gas tank with gas and have a go bag ready with bare essentials.
As we enter the hurricane season, we have some financial preparedness tips also. There are 3 tips that I have for you. First one, check your insurance documents to make sure that it covers flood and hurricane damage. 2, secure your personal documents such as passports, insurance policies, car papers, and so on in a secure, watertight container. And 3, ensure that you get cash, because in the event that online banking or your ATMs go down, you want to make sure that you can still make those emergency purchases.
The best way to prepare is to have a plan. So, how do we plan? There are a number of ways that we can stay safe in a hurricane. The first way is to make sure For those patients who are on a number of medications, to make sure you have your medications ready. Plan with your pharmacy and your health insurance to get those extra supplies of medication that you need to carry you through that storm. Your health insurance is very important, so make sure you have access to this and keep it in a safe place. Take a picture on your phone and store it in a cloud or on a USB port somewhere where you have this readily available in case it's necessary. For those persons who are on medications that have to be refrigerated, make sure you get them at that temperature that needs to keep the viability of those medications. If you do not have access to a generator, dry ice is an option. And if there's no dry ice, then you can keep them in an airtight container on ice. The best thing to do is to make sure that you stay safe. It is good, it's a good time now to get knowledge of first aid and also CPR, because this may become very, very useful in a hurricane. In any case, be prepared and stay safe.
Safety during the storm. Stay indoors and away from windows. Find a safe room or an interior space without windows. Keep your emergency kit with you and avoid using electrical appliances during the storm.
Preparation is the key to staying safe during the hurricane season. Remember, it's better to be over-prepared than under-prepared. Share these tips with your friends and family, and let's all stay safe this hurricane season. If you found this video helpful, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more safety tips. See you next time.
Take it from me, Laska Food Drink is the best nutrition for the whole family. It provides protein, which keeps us healthy, and calcium, great for building strong bones and teeth. Laska Food Drink has vitamins A and C, which helps to prevent illnesses. I think that's what they call protecting the immune system. I'm never short on energy since it's fortified with iron. Nutrition never tasted so good.
Lasco Food Drink. Good, healthy, fun!
Lasco Food Drink.
Lasco Food Drink. Got to get me some Lasco this morning to pep up my step and get me right in the frame of my mind to enjoy some delicious breakfast. I need to be having breakfast on the breakfast hour, and I am going to make sure that happens. I'm not sure if you're hearing me loud and clear. Yes, you're hearing me loud and clear, and we are getting ready to have our very interesting discussion this morning with the lady herself, Dr. K, as she brings us some crucial and important tips to take care of this one body that we have been blessed with. And we're also going to be having the news coming up after we are finished with that presentation. Now, we were talking about the things that are being celebrated today, and we knew about Loving Day, and I have to mention the National Red Rose Day today. Please send me some nice lovely roses, and each year on June 12th, people in the US recognize National Red Rose Day. This beautiful national day honors the flower that is a symbol of love and romance, and the June birth flower the red rose. But it's time for our health check. Good morning, Dr. K.
Good morning, Miss Elise. How are you?
Oh, I am feeling loving and happy and well. How are you doing today? What pearls of wisdom for health do you have to share?
Oh, my Lord. Okay, so this month we have been focusing on men's health, and because it's Men's Month, so I will continue the trend today.
Yes.
And I will talk about nutrition in men.
Okay.
Not that nutrition in women isn't important in women, but it looks a little different in men because men, the same thing that happens to the body that heralds cardiovascular disease and other issues are the same effects that will cause erectile dysfunction.
And that's what I was going to say. It's more important for men to be healthier than women in this regard, because women are dependent on the men to be more healthy.
Something is wrong with that statement right now.
I'm just messing with it. Dr. K, good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning. The thing is that women and men are to keep healthy, but women can help their male counterparts in order to assist them with getting the right nutrients they need for a healthier body, thus, in a sense, will make them happier. So,
so it is self-serving to make the men healthy for the women to be happier. Is that what you said, Dr. K?
Yeah, in effect, for the women.
I'm not trying to catch you and put you in the traps here. The statement is what it is, and I heard it, and I say, when you said it is very important that the women, it is beneficial to the women to make their men healthy, because they will benefit in the long run from a healthier man.
That's correct. Encourage them to keep healthy. So, in addition to nutrition, there is exercise, and there is drinking enough water. Make sure their water intake, make sure they're properly hydrated. And another day I will talk about the effects of water on the body. Do you know water is very important? Even in digestion, water is important. It actually combats halitosis, which is bad breath. So there are a number of good effects of water. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the effect of getting enough air or sunshine, the effect of vitamin D, when to go into the sun to get the most benefit from your sunshine. Talking about rest, how much sleep do you need for maximum production for a healthier life? And we'll have a lot more topics to talk about in the future. Next week we'll talk about prostate health. And then last week we'll talk about hypertension as it affects men and also women, but mostly on the effects on men. So today we're talking about nutrition and the foods that men need to keep healthy. So we need to eat to thrive, not thrive to eat. And getting enough nutrition is very crucial in anybody's life. And it's probably more important than sleep. It's very important, and sleep is probably more important than nutrition. It is. Sleep is more important. So we need to focus on our nutrients and eat a variety of healthy foods. Now we're saying, how does nutrition affect below the waist? And so that pills, pumps, and surgeries work for erectile dysfunction.
The waist, you mean the waist meaning? You mean waist in terms of men need to have more guts? Lady, Dr. K?
It below the waist. I never said at the waist.
Oh, sorry. I sorry, Doc. I was trying to. Yeah, no, you mentioned it. The men just heard you.
The organ below the waist, the other one that controls the head.
Ah, mercy.
So, so there are more reasons, there are many reasons that suggest that eating the right food and getting the right nutrition actually helps with your penile function. So the first thing we're going to look at is watermelon. And watermelon, we know it's a sweet, refreshing fruit, but it has um, lycopene, which is an antioxidant, which is good for your heart, your prostate, and skin. And this might rev up your sex drive, studies say. So it has effects on your blood vessel. And remember, in order to get um, a good erection, we need increased blood flow to the organ. So yes, there are a number of things that we can do. We talked about antioxidants a lot, and even Dr. Guess he talks about free radical and antioxidants. And I'm not sure everybody knows about what free radicals are. So the air that we breathe, the food that we eat, naturally we make free radicals. And these are like charged electrons, electrodes. So when you breathe in oxygen, the oxygen goes into the body, and when it's being used, it produces these oxygen radicals. These are their charged electrodes. And these are the charged electrons or the charged atoms that actually go in and cause damage to the cells. So when you eat processed food, your nitrates form these free radicals that go in and damage your cells. So we naturally make them and we take them in from outside sources in terms of our diet and smoking and other things that we're exposed to. And what does this do? Once it damages your cells, it puts you at risk for cancers. Okay, so it's a damage to your cells that cause it to mutate, and when it mutates, then you get the cancer cells. Okay, so what the body does, the body has ways and means of reducing, or we're fearfully and wonderfully made. So we will actually try to get rid of these free radicals and get them out of our system. But we don't eat and we don't get all the nutrients we need, and or sometimes it overwhelms our body in terms of the natural process of getting rid of these free radicals. And that's why we say try to eat healthier foods that will actually help with producing the antioxidants that will get rid of these oxidizing agents. So that's what they are, oxidizing agents, which will charge our body, which will make our bodies more susceptible to getting disease. And that's why we say eat properly. And if you can't eat as much as you can, then you have to take them in our vitamins so we can get these antioxidants. So we talked about vitamin C. Now, vitamin C we get from our citrus fruits, and they actually help the circulatory system. And what do they do? So we have our oranges, our grapefruits, our lemons, and other fruits that are rich in vitamin C. And this is important for healthy blood flow. And we talk about blood flow, we know where we need healthy blood flow. So once we have a good circulation, this is important for erectile function. And this ensures adequate blood supply to the genital area, and this facilitates arousal and sustains the erections. Vitamin C is also an antioxidant, and as a result of that, it helps to combat the oxidative stress that our body goes through. Remember I said that we produce these free radicals and we need to get rid of them. So vitamin C helps to get rid of free radicals and also makes us healthier. The other thing that I'm talking about is avocados. It's not avocado season yet, but we can get avocados year round. And avocados are rich in monounsaturated fats. And what this does is that it supports cardiovascular health. right? And once you have a good cardiovascular health, then this is very essential for erectile function. And it's also a good source of vitamin E, which is an antioxidant. And what avocados do, they enhance blood flow and reduces inflammation. And ultimately, it improves sexual function and libido in men. So yes, men, eat your avocados. They're tasty. You can use them in so many different ways. The other one that a lot of people are not familiar with is figs. And the Bible talk a lot about figs. But figs is very important. It's rich in potassium. And you know that anything that's rich in potassium, your bananas support your heart health and can help to regulate your blood pressure. And healthy blood pressure, healthy function, optimal erectile function.
Okay, not to interrupt you. I believe a lot of men sometimes are apprehensive about taking their blood pressure medication for that same reason. So they will skip, because they are worried that it could affect their performance, and affect below the waist, as you mentioned.
And that is so true. But and that is because, initially, historically, the blood pressure medication that were prescribed to men, which is your beta blockers, and this is a historical thing that was before you got a lot of the other medication, your calcium channel blockers, your ACE inhibitors, your ARBs. So there are lots of different medication that act in different ways. So they normally have the beta blockers, and the beta blockers, as they suggest, they actually block the beta cells on the blood vessels.
Right.
And yes, a side effect of it was that it can potentially lead to impotence or decrease your sexual function and your erectile function. And that is true. It does happen. But remember, that was historically.
Yes.
Today, 2024 is a different day. And the medications that we have, there's a plethora of high blood pressure medications.
Yes.
And as a result of that, there are some that might have side effects. And if they do, that's why it's important to have a conversation and a relationship with your physician. You can talk to your physician and they can change your medication to something else that doesn't have the side effects. So no, you don't have to be afraid of blood pressure medication to say, yes, it's going to cause me to have my problems, and I'm going to lose my marriage, and I'm going to lose my girl because I won't be able to perform. Yes, you don't have to worry about that anymore, because there's so many other drugs that you can use that will not have that side effect and will give you optimal health, will control your blood pressure, will control the damage that your blood pressure will do to you. And as a result of that, you'll have very good and satisfactory erectile function.
That's a relief. And you were on the subject of figs, and it caused me to go and look what the figs look like. Man, figs are good for your health. I've heard about the figs in the Bible, the fig tree, but I've never had figs myself. But so you have to make an effort. It's in the supermarket, yes. I think they have dried figs that you can have added to your diet, right?
Correct.
Yes.
And so the other one I'm going to look at is beet. And the good thing about beet, we always say, we give beet to women who are anemic because it will increase their iron.
Yes.
But men can benefit from beet too, because beet is a major source of nitric acid. And I'm telling you, nitric acid is one of the nitrates is one of the drug, or one of the components that is necessary for vasodilation. So once the blood vessel relaxes, it pulls more blood. Okay? So as a result of that, it will help with erectile dysfunction. And beet will also help with stress.
So some beetroot juice.
It's same thing. So on a Sunday, you can blend your beet with your carrot and make your carrot juice. I mean, in Jamaica, you on a Sunday they tend to mix a lot of those potent juices, as they
Carrot
call
and
them,
beetroot.
beetroot and carrot, Irish.
There's a juice that I don't hear much about. The egg with the dragon stout and
Dr. K is coming to that. Dr. K, you're coming to that one, right? You're going to come to that.
egg and dragon stout and one tin of condensed milk.
No.
I was never coming to that at all.
You're coming to say, do not do that.
I was never coming to do egg. I mean, eggs are good because it has selenium and other nutrients, but the dragon stout, I'm not sure the nutritional value of dragon stout. I think is a taste.
Well, back in the day, it was the biggest drink. The ladies would mix up that for the men on a Sunday. For the Sunday dinner, is a punch to go along with the big meal. I'm sorry, it's a punch that will go along with the big meal that the men would get. That dragon stout milk, the dragon stout poured in a pitcher, and with eggs beaten, mixed properly, and of course added some condensed milk. And then of course to flavor it, you might want to add some nutmeg in there to give it that nice flavor.
We should add a disclaimer. Dr. K, she just said she was never going to that punch. Right?
But I was just saying this was a popular punch back in the day that lots of women would make for the gentlemen. I remember seeing that as a big thing on the market. So I don't. Dr. K says that part of the.
So alternatively, I say get your beet,
yes,
and your carrot and your Irish moss. You can add some pumpkin seeds to that and some nuts, your almonds, and make a beautiful punch.
Okay.
Which scientifically has been proven to have beneficial effects for the men, and as a result of that will make the women happy.
And everybody will be happy. The aim is that everybody will be happy.
So if the women are not happy,
the men are not happy.
Right.
Happy life.
That's the consensus these days. All right.
So men, I hope you have taken notes and you're taking jottings. I'd say there are so many things around that God has provided for us, Dr. K, and we pass them. We look over them. We are so busy getting the packaged stuff, but you just brought us right back to nature, going back to your watermelon and your avocado and your figs and your pumpkin seed and these. So men, make an effort, and sometimes you probably won't get a chance to prepare them, but you get a chance to buy them and take them home to your wives, and make sure it's incorporated in your diet.
That's correct. So we'll continue. So we talk about your greens. Kale. I'm sure everybody likes kale, or everybody knows kale. It's another nitric oxide booster. And remember, we said that nitric oxide actually causes your vessels to relax.
Yes.
And as a result of that, it's beneficial. They're also packed with vitamins, minerals, and omega-3s. And remember, our omega-3s are cardiac supportive, and as a result of that will support you below the belt. Your broccoli again is rich in vitamin C. 1 cup of chopped broccoli provides about 135% of your recommended daily dose of vitamin C. Okay, and we talked about vitamin C not just keeping the immune system thriving, but also aids and make sure that all your cylinders are firing when it comes to your sex life. And then you have your Brussels sprouts. And Brussels sprouts can be served roasted or sauteed, high in vitamin C again. And it might be a benefit for testosterone production and male fertility by eating Brussels sprouts.
Oh, wow.
Okay? So Brussels sprouts might help between testosterone production and male fertility, especially those men who are wanting to have children. Eat your Brussels sprouts, increases your testosterone. Okay? Vitamin C deficiency is implicated in male fertility, so we need to get our vitamin C. And vitamin C supplementation not only improves your semen quality, but it increases your semen motility and your sperm count. So it increases your sperm count, your sperm motility, and actually reduce those deformed sperm cells that men have. So it's important to take your vitamin C in many forms. And remember, we talked about spinach. You used to know about Popeyes.
Yes.
And having this big,
Olive.
this muscular.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Strength. So it's packed with lots of vitamins and minerals, and it's rich in folate. And another thing that folate does is that it actually helps boost blood flow. And we can't talk about that more. Every time we say something helps with blood flow, it helps with the strength of your erection. Okay?
Wow.
And it also has magnesium, and magnesium also helps with blood flow. Okay? And it can help to increase testosterone level. So we don't have to go to the store to go to our doctor and say, Doc, I think my testosterone level is low. Can I get an injection of testosterone or get it in some exogenous form? We can get it from the foods that we eat. Pumpkin seed is another thing that's very, very, very important. It's packed with something that we call selenium. And selenium is crucial for men's fertility and can play a role in decreasing erectile dysfunction because of its significant impact on sperm motility. Okay? There was a study that showed that men who took a daily supplement of selenium and vitamin E for at least 100 experienced a 52% increase in sperm motility. Selenium is in pumpkin seed, yeah. Selenium.
Okay.
One of those trick elements that we don't think about. And that's why when we get our vitamins and we look at our vitamins, right?
Yes.
We normally see that our vitamins tend to have a lot of these trace elements that we probably don't even pay attention to. Magnesium, folate, selenium. I'm sure we're not even looking at those things, but these things are important, and we get them from the nutrients that God made for us.
Amazing. I'm listening to your presentation, Dr. K, and the medicine is really in your foods, what we eat. If we pay attention, it has. When you talk about circulation, I rarely think about food when I'm thinking about blood flow. Can I tell you?
Well, no, most people don't. You think about food in order to just survive, but you're not thinking about the beneficial effects of the food that we eat. And that is why, and if you noticed here, most of the food that we eat are fruits and vegetables.
Yes.
That I've spoken about so far.
Yes.
Most of the spoken about is our fruits and vegetable. I mean, I'll touch a little bit on our fish. I'm going to talk about salmon and sardines now. But most of the things that we talk about so far are our natural stuff,
Yes.
our fruits and our vegetables. This is how it's important it is to get the high content of these foods in our body. I'm not talking about our yam and potato and rice and dumpling. Yes, they have the carbs that we need for energy, but these trace elements are important for our cellular function, and this is more important in terms of getting us healthier than all the other foods that we eat.
So true. That's awesome.
So we talk about our nuts and we talk about our nuts having arginine, which is an amino acid that is used to make nitric oxide. And nitric oxide, again, they say the walnut looks like the prostate, so it's good for prostate health, right? It's a good source of vitamin E. And your garlic. Do you know that the strong smelling bulb might help between the sheets?
What?
The what?
Garlic.
The what?
Yes.
The what? The what?
The smelling bulb. Garlic, the bulb.
Yes.
So what garlic does?
Mercy God.
So what garlic does? It actually helps with plaque formation in the walls of your arteries.
Yes.
And actually increase blood flow. So eating garlic is a good thing because it clears your blood vessels as you age. It keeps your arteries healthy and clear as you age.
Wow.
So the other thing that I knew this a long time ago, but when I was looking at it, peppers.
Peppers?
Do you know that? Yeah, may spice up your love life. So
tell us more.
The stuff in cayenne pepper, jalapenos, habaneros, and other peppers, the same thing that gives them their heat actually relaxes the blood vessels.
Wow.
And increase blood flow to your organs.
Wow. So we need to have some cayenne.
So when people say, Mike, you eat too much pepper.
No. There's always temperance in everything.
I was just going to use the word temperance. You have to be temperate in everything. Yes.
So yes, they might say you eat too much pepper because you need to be temperate in everything. Too much of a good thing is bad.
Yes.
Ah, man. But if it's pepper you want, it's pepper. We get more pepper for it. Pepping up the step, need more pepper. I don't know. We have to be. I was listening to an English conversation today with the words that people use in English language.
Yes.
And one word don't mean the same when it's spelled. And the pluralizing of the word is something else. Just listen to it because the words are sounding different. Now, you said pepper a while ago, and I went to I know that by having pepper. Now, people saying, Mikey, pepper was bad for you. And now you're telling me pepper is good for me. And it sends a sense of relief to know that when I'm having my pepper, I am not listening to the voices that are saying, Mikey, pepper is bad. I'm listening to now my doctor's voice that says, Mikey, pepper is good. Yeah.
Within reason.
Yeah, but remember, even with a good thing, you still have to be separate in the amount of peppers that you eat.
Yes.
So yes. So the peppers itself actually helps to keep your arteries clear. It actually helps to increase blood flow to the heart. And if you have blood flow to the heart, you have blood flow to all the organs that you need. Okay? Chili pepper can actually help to lower blood pressure. And it can help to lower cholesterol. Okay? The other thing we're going to be talking about is your sweet potato. I know a lot of people tend to eat Irish potato, but sweet potato is high in potassium. And anything that's high in potassium improves blood flow, improves cardiovascular health, thus boosts vascular and as a result of sexual health. It improves blood flow to the body, and as a result of that, blood flow to the organs of the body. Okay? Remember, potassium helps to create stronger erections, okay? Because of the vascular effect that is needed to produce a robust blood flow. The other thing...
I've been listening to the conversation that women these days don't need men. And everything that I hear here is how much women need men. Every bit of the conversation is a need for men in every place that it is said. And then I'm hearing this, who's coming up with these conversations? And that you don't have to answer that. But it came in my mind and I just had to say it. I'm unable to keep it quiet like that.
Women need men and men need women. God made us that way. God made us to need each other. So yes, it's whoever says that that's not true, because we all need each other. And if you go back to the beginning, God made man for woman and woman for man.
Well, yeah. Okay, Doc. We're not going to have that, but I'm saying thank you for that piece.
Right. And so there are lots of other food, and what we need to realize is that how we eat and the nutrients that we take in our body, we need to be very um, aware that these things can actually help us, not just the men with their sexual function, but women and everybody, in order to have good health. Good health.
Wow. More
So
sweet
there are
potato.
lots of
So if I eat more sweet potato, Doc, it would help me more. So I've been on the right track all this time.
So you can substitute sweet potato for other things that you would normally eat, because you're getting more nutrients from your sweet potato than you would have gotten from possibly your dumplings, your flour dumplings.
Yes.
So you're choosing your carbs. Choose the ones that are more nutritious. I'm not saying that you can't eat your dumplings sometimes.
Yeah.
But I'm saying there are other times you want to substitute additional more highly nutritious carbs for the others.
Okay.
So and when you think about men's and men shouldn't just think about these nutrients when they're having a problem. Remember, we're proactive here. We're not waiting until we have a problem, then we're going to try to solve the problem and put a band-aid on it. Mm-hmm. We're trying to keep ourselves healthy so we do not have a problem. We're trying to avoid all of these unnecessary issues. And some of them we can't do anything about it because of what's happening with us, where we are. But if we have that knowledge, then we will be able to actually better our health. And as a result of that, because a healthier person is a more productive person, is a happier person. Being ill is horrible. Mm-hmm. It takes a toll on you, takes a toll on your family, takes a toll on your society, takes a toll on your resources. It's financially very, very expensive.
Wow.
So if we can invest in ourselves and prevent these illnesses, we will have a much better life and be more productive.
I was listening to the sermon that you talked about, Doc, and I am thinking about that sermon now.
Yes, what about it? So salmon has omega-3s.
Yes.
Salmon, sardines, those deep sea fish tend to have omega-3s, right? And this is good. This is important for a healthy heart. Mm-hmm. And it actually helps to prevent the buildup of plaques in your artery. And as a result of that, you get healthy blood flow throughout your body and, in a sense, extrapolating to your genitals. So when you choose the food that you eat, try to choose. I'm not saying don't eat the foods that you love, but try to eat some of the other foods that will give you the nutritional benefits that you need.
That's so important.
We have to mix the diet properly, so as to keep the health going on.
And be deliberate about it. Just as how you're planning to take care of your family, you want to be around as long as you possibly can to take care of them in all aspects. So therefore be deliberate. Don't think that you're just like an inanimate object. And Dr. K, I must commend you for giving the men the greatest gift. Father's Day comes up on Sunday, and we ought to be deliberate about sharing good information and empowering them, taking care of the health of the men around us.
That is so true. That is so true. As I say, with our men being healthier, we have a healthier family and a
Yes.
healthier society. So yes, we need to empower our men. And as women, we're there. We have the information. We're the better cooks. Okay? Let me not let
Whoa. Is that true?
Why did you open that door?
You know, Doc. Well, you know what? I'm gonna go with the story of the concept of women being the better cooks, because I grew up with a mother that did. I'm telling you, I couldn't wait to get home from school. My father had two thumbs, 10 thumbs, I think. But I later on discovered that he could cook a few things, and my mother was the chief person who fed us every single day of the week. So I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, I'm not going to dispute that one.
I'm going to say that there are not men who are very good cooks, but more women cook than men.
Well, there's a Mikey G that exists, and you know that is a very good, not domesticated person, but I do a good job on my cooking.
Congratulations, Mikey G.
So I hope this this presentation actually brought to the awareness of our foods that we eat and how it's important, how it affects our body, how the foods affect our body, and the beneficial effect of these food. I remember listening to the program, was it last week, and Miss Hazel talked about my talk on parasites a few years ago, and there was no drugs left in the pharmacy. Everybody wanted to deworm. So I hope it will have the same effect, that everybody wants to make sure that their sexual health is optimal by eating the right foods and keeping healthy.
Amazing.
I don't know if I need to do that presentation one day. I don't know if it will scare our audience.
No, you need to bring all things good, bad,
all
and
things
scary.
bright and beautiful right here.
You know, I want to give you some virtual roses, Dr. K. Today is National Red Rose Day, and I really appreciate the presentation this morning. You have always added so much value to the breakfast hour, and we certainly do appreciate the depth of knowledge. Guys, don't take these things seriously. Rather than spending the money that you'll need to spend to take care of your health and all the issues that affect us, it is better we spend the time. Very rarely you can go to a physician who would give you all this information that you need. It's not just about pills, taking this, but Dr. K has gone ahead, tell you what you ought to eat. She would love to see you come in our office. Yeah, but she would prefer if you stay
healthy. And strong. And I want to say healthy and strong. I want to emphasize the word strong.
So I say thank you so much, Dr. K. I am really, really feeling good. I mean, and all these things that the men ought to eat, women, eat some too, no? I had here a couple of weeks ago, where I had the avocado porridge challenge. I was challenged to have avocado with my porridge, and it turned out better than I thought.
I'm not sure I'm going to be trying that. But
it wasn't too bad. It was okay.
Well, I mean, it's a fruit, so avocado is a tasty thing. So I don't think it will distort any food that you put it in. Really, you know.
Better than I thought. So thank you so much, Dr. K.
Mercy.
It's my pleasure. And women, do not believe that you're not supposed to eat these foods too, because even though you do not have that organ, you still want heart health.
You want to have a strong
heart
health.
Yeah.
To deal with those strong men. You have to have a healthy heart for that.
And remember that these foods not only it helps to reduce our free radicals, the oxidative stress that we go under because of the nutrients. So it actually keeps us healthy and keep us free from cancer cells.
That's what we want to hear. Thank you so much, Dr. K.
Okay, have a good day now. Thank you.
Okay, Dr. K. K-O-K, Dr. K. Yes.
Okay, bye-bye. Have a good day.
Thank you.
One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. Hear the children crying. One love. Hear the children crying. One heart. Saying, give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Saying, let's get together and feel alright. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let them have back.
When you need ultrasound that's safe and effective, you must visit Asai Ultrasound Imaging. They're conveniently located at number 4 Chestnut Center, Smith Road, Georgetown, Cayman Islands. With experienced technologists with over 20 years experience, their friendly staff will make you comfortable while you get your procedure done. Asai Ultrasound Imaging is open Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Call Asai Ultrasound Imaging 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426. That's 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426.
One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. Hear the children crying. One love. Hear the children crying. One heart. Saying, give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Saying, let's get together and feel alright. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let them have back all day. Dirty remarks. One love. There is one question I'd really love to ask. One heart. Is there a place for all hopeless sinners who has hurt all mankind? Just save his soul. Believe. One love. What about a one heart? What about a let's get together and feel alright. As it was in the beginning. One love. So shall it be in the end. One heart. Alright. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright. One more thing.
Good morning, listeners. Good morning, viewers. Welcome to the Breakfast Hour News. I'm Lady Elise, and let's dive right into the top stories making it for today. We begin with local news. The government has officially announced plans to enter property in the East End as detailed in the Cayman Islands Gazette dated June 7, 2024. Under the Roads Act, the notice specifies areas of land required for road works. This initiative is intended to benefit public infrastructure and enhance accessibility in the region. The National Roads Authority and its agents will be authorized to begin works 15 days from the notice publication date. And some news from the region. Man arrested in Honduras for sexually abusing his 72-year-old mother. In Comayagua, Honduras, a 45-year-old man has been arrested for allegedly sexually abusing his 72-year-old mother. The incident was reported on June 7 following a call from the elderly victim. Authorities confirmed the abuse through scientific and testimonial evidence. The suspect, with a prior record of family abuse and drug trafficking, will face trial for his crimes. Over in St. Vincent, man gunned down in Redemption Sharps. Police in St. Vincent and the Grenadines are investigating the fatal shooting of a 28-year-old male in Redemption Sharps. He was attacked by gunmen on his way to home on June 10. Authorities are urging anyone with information to assist in solving the case. Over in Antigua, police investigate sudden death of a tourist. Authorities in Antigua are probing the sudden death of a 73-year-old UK tourist who fell ill during a snorkeling trip on June 11. Despite swift medical intervention, he was pronounced dead at Sir Leicester Bird Medical Center. Investigations are ongoing. Reverend calls on government not to amend abortion laws. Reverend Dr. Olson Daniel, president of the Antigua and Barbuda Evangelical Alliance, is urging the government to maintain current abortion laws. Amid legal challenges from medical practitioners seeking to amend these laws, Daniel emphasizes the Alliance's commitment to biblical teachings and the sanctity of life from conception. Trinidad and Tobago's conservation group, oil spill in Guyana could affect Caribbean. Trinidad and Tobago's Fishermen and Friends of the Sea, FFOS, warn of the severe risk posed by potential oil spills in Guyana's waters. They call for a regional contingency plan to address such disasters, stressing the impact on the Caribbean's marine environment. And over in Belize, police officer accused of raping female detainee denied bail. A Belizean police officer accused of raping a female detainee has been denied bail. The Commissioner of Police, Chester Williams, is emphasizing the importance of transparency and accountability as investigations proceed, aiming to restore public trust. Heavy rains improve Grenada's water supply. Recent rains have significantly improved the water production and distribution across Grenada, especially in parishes affected by drought. The National Water and Sewage Authority, NAWASA, has relaxed water restrictions, although they remain in place for some areas. And over in Jamaica, a missing U.S. teen handed over to cops by resident. A 15-year-old female from Florida reported missing since June 7 has been located and handed over to the St. Anne's Bay Police in Jamaica. The teen is now under the care of the Child Protection and Family Services Agency. Violet Nielsen, first female House Speaker in Jamaica, has died. Violet Nielsen, the first female Speaker of Jamaica's House of Representatives, passed away at age 93. Nielsen, a former MP for St. James East Central, was also the first female president of the Jamaica Agricultural Society. We extend condolences to her family. And some sporting news. Australia thrashed Namibia to reach T20 World Cup Super 8s. Australia secured a spot in the Super 8s of the T20 World Cup with dominant 9-wicket victory over Namibia. Leg spinner Adam Zampa took 412, helping to bowl Namibia out for 72. Australia chased down the target in just 34 balls. And finally, tropical weather outlook. A broad area of low pressure near Florida is expected to move northeastward, potentially affecting the U.S. southeast coast with heavy rainfall. Development chances are low, but residents should stay informed through local weather updates. There are currently no active tropical cyclones in the Caribbean area. That's it for now on the Breakfast Hour News. I'm Lady Elise, encouraging you to stay tuned throughout the day for updates.
When you need ultrasound that's safe and effective, you must visit Asai Ultrasound Imaging. They're conveniently located at number 4 Chestnut Center, Smith Road, Georgetown, Cayman Islands. With experienced technologists with over 20 years experience, their friendly staff will make you comfortable while you get your procedure done. Asai Ultrasound Imaging is open Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Call Asai Ultrasound Imaging 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426. That's 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426.
Planning a wedding, memorial, or office function? Let Flashpoint Media add a touch of magic to your special moments. Our professional audio services guarantee that your event is accompanied by the perfect sound, be it sweet melodies, heartfelt speeches, or the right beats to get your event going. Turn up the groove with Flashpoint Media's DJ services. From creating the perfect playlist for the event to keep the right energy, our DJs know how to read the room and ensure that the beat matches the vibes. Say goodbye to the dull moments and hello to an event that people will talk about for years to come. Why Flashpoint Media, you say? Expert podcast production, tailored audio services for events, dynamic DJ services with a diverse music library, unmatched quality and professionalism, your sonic signature every time. Have a message to share? Advertise with us. Don't just hear the difference. Feel the difference. Join the Flashpoint Media revolution and let us turn your audiovisual dreams into reality. Call us now at 345-927-7509 or visit us at Suite 14A, Plaza Venetia, Grand Cayman. Come ignite your journey with Flashpoint Media. Your ears will finally thank you.
Are your ears thanking you this morning? It has been a wonderful breakfast hour, and we have to remind you that you need to come get your tickets. We have tickets right here for Fish Fry in aid of a worthy cause, and it's fish fry, it's car wash right there on the grounds of the Savannah Seventh-day Adventist Church, July 1. The tickets cost only $15, and you can get your fried fish, your escovitch fish, your brown stew fish, your steamed fish, your curried chickpeas, your roast, and all that you need. And of course, come prepared to get your car washed. I mean, they have such affordable prices, and I think they're going to do an extraordinary job. So instead of washing your car, save it. Just prepare from now. You're going to wash your car and you're going to have your dinner right there on the 1st of July, and you can call us for your ticket 345-321-6969. We have tickets right here in the studio for you to get right here at Flashpoint. It has been a wonderful morning. What say you? I wanted to send some virtual roses because today is actually Red Rose Day as well, but I could not find the red rose icon anywhere. I couldn't. I searched. I can somebody send me some roses? I see Lady Marie up there in Edmonton, where her temperature is 50 degrees Fahrenheit, and of course she is now at, let me see, what time is it? She is now at 7:30 for her right up there in Edmonton. I want to thank you for tuning in, and I hope that you would have also gotten those pearls of wisdom. Let me see, did I get the roses? Yes, I got. Did I get a rose? Maybe I got a rose. Just reminding you that Self-Talk airs right here on Flashpoint this evening at 7 o'clock. So whatever you're doing, just carve out the time to give ourselves some positive energy, some positive self-talk. Learn right here from Dr. Levine himself as he is going to start the program, Self-Talk. Have yourself a wonderful day. This is your girl Elise saying peace and love to you.
First thing in the morning, I give thanks for another day. I smile, though I don't have no money. I won't let that faze me, 'cause I'm so grateful for life. my day with a beautiful smile, even when things ain't going my way. I'm thankful for the gift of life. Gonna share that smile, it will never ever fade away. I'm alive. In spite of all my struggles, I'm alive. Won't be drowned by my sorrows. I'm alive, yeah. Gonna live like there's no tomorrow. Hey, 'cause today is all I have. Ha. Work hard every day for me and my family. It's rough, but I gotta make it. Right now, can't hesitate. My time will come.